So let's start over with our lovely Martin Luther King. Memphis, Tennessee, 1968, on the eve of his assassination. At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land through the Act of Congress, which means it's our right, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird the white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. Powerful message in that, all by itself. But not only did they give the land, they built land grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. So they took their time to make sure that these white peasants from Europe were able to give access to were able to have access to land, to the resources, and they knew the rich resources of growing their own food and in feeding their people. Very important. Without food, how do we survive? And if the master plan of our food, right, is surrounded by processed, hard access, just limited ability to even know what you're eating, what does that do to the human body and mind altogether? Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. So they had the local folks. Local folks was out in these streets, okay? Local folks was out here, the county. Let's think of our county committees and our council people and our assembly people were right out there. So, hi, I got your back. I'm here, right? They had all the people who had putting laws of agriculture in place in these times ready for them to have their back and make sure that they can continue growing great food, that they can continue empowering their land and shining bright. All set up for them, right? Woo! Even though we came here and they utilized our skills and expertise to develop this land. They used our skills and expertise that they did not have on growing. We had they weren't transporting humans, like I said. They're transporting technology, wisdom, expertise. Because we didn't come with machines. We came with a connection to the land, a spiritual connection to the earth. And there is a difference in growing, in cultivating food, and moving the bountiful community when you have a connection to the soil. It's very different when you see value in yourself and your ability to put your hands in the ground, plant a seed, and you're guaranteed to get. There's people who go to school for 12 years and still don't believe in themselves, nor the skill that they have crafted and developed. This is also about your mind. When you have a connection to your food, you treat it different. When you have a connection to that land out there, you treat it different, right? So, not only that, Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. So now they had low interest rates. They had a connection to the county agents. They had grants to the colleges to teach them. They had the land itself. They had seedlings, all provided by the government through the Act of Congress that was also supposed to be given to us. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm. So when things go wrong, things didn't work out too well. Now, I'm going to give you some money to make sure you're good. Okay, that didn't work out. We don't want you doing this way because we're going to get some big corporations. Because this was in 1968. And this was the beginning. You understand? Of the industrialization of the food system. Okay, so now they had a different kind of plan. This is how my brain is thinking. So now we want monopolies. Okay, we want to start owning these seeds like they do right now. We want to start changing up this farming system, but we're gonna make sure. We're going to make sure that you're not hungry. We're going to make sure that you and your kids and your family and that land you own, you're going to still own your land. You're going to still be okay. We're going to still leave you with money and finances to keep on flourishing because you are our people. even though we came here with our expertise and our technology and our connection and created this food system all together. Whew, right? And they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. Now, this is what we are faced with. And this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington in this campaign, we are coming to get our check. And I'm going to stop there because this is the eve of his trip to Memphis, Tennessee in 1968, Martin Luther King, when he was assassinated. So right after he gave this speech, when his mindset was set on checking people, because when he checked somebody, he went down into the roots of the ground and looked at those roots to see what was going wrong. He didn't make assumptions. He's just not out here calling people white supremacists. He's not just out here saying that system is broken, that system is broken. He's went to the root of the situation, went way deep into the root to show you that the black man don't need to pull himself up by his bootstraps. He was freaking, what do they call that? When they put, like when predators come, somebody's trying to kill you and they put that line out for animals too, and you walk by and you just fall on your face. That's what really happened. That's what happened. It wasn't pull yourself up by your bootstraps. No, he said, I'm coming to get my check. So our Martin Luther King was in a different energy on the eve of his assassination. His energy was like, stop your lies. Don't sit here and take our youth to make us continue. This is in the 60s. This is when you were walking around. This is segregation. This is a time where your blackness was extremely shameful in America. To be black it's just yucky, right? People were being educated. Black people were going to college. Black women were starting colleges, right? We were creating trade schools. We were doing what we needed to do for our community in a self-dependent manner. But then we took on this codependency when segregation ended, right? And because they had a key factor of our community, which is our mind, not showing us what Martin Luther King is showing us, right? Not showing us what a lot of great people who teach about agriculture are showing us, that we were the transportation of, right? Technology, wisdom, skills, experience with the land. That's what we came here to do. And now we have no connection with the land. Now our people don't know anything about growing. We don't know how to maintain our land, maintain our communities, when that was the reason why we were even brought here, to maintain land, because of these skills of our ancestors and our people. And this is the stuff that we cannot leave out of education. That is the key of me saying emulate nature, not conquer it. We're not trying to conquer the world, get all that money. We want self-dependent communities, cooperative economics. Of course we need money. We live here. Duh. Of course we need to be educated and successful, but educated in areas called life skills also. We cannot leave that out. We cannot leave the key to our value from our children's minds, from our children's head. We can't leave that out. We can't have that missing from the conversations of our children to show them, stop listening to what you were a slave, or the indigenous people in America were just trampled over. They were fools. They didn't have the right technology. Nobody conquers land that was shitty. You understand? You come to take land that was just the land, if you go to biblical times, the land of milk and honey. That's the kind of land you want. So they came to a land that was bountiful and then created doctrine that says it was shameful. And I cannot tolerate manipulation, right? We cannot tolerate, we don't want this these messages, these these moral suasions, you know, to the white man and to white supremacists, these moral suasions for you to do the right thing when it has been embedded in you to not, when it has been embedded in your people to win. And we got your back, and we will not have their back because they don't want nothing. They're nasty. They're bad. This moral suasion is unnecessary anymore. It is time for self-dependency, for cooperative economics, for not the 3 hipsters running a garden. And I'm not knocking people's culture, styles, or ways of being, but this cannot be a celebrity space. This is a livelihood space. We must thrive and live well with our own food system. Cutting out all of the people that snatch the money, who gotta go put it in a factory, has to go to a factory, leaves the farm. The farmers lost the position of packaging their own stuff. Now they gotta pay a packaging company. Then the packaging company has to pay all the staff in the factory. So now you got food on a conveyor belt. Now you're leaving that. Now you're going somewhere else. Now you have to go to a transporter. Then that's gonna, the transport might be transported to another distribution center before it even hits a supermarket or a grocery store. Where is our food? Hey, where are you? Where are you coming from? What are you doing? And that is something you want to cultivate the youth with the question why that we kind of hate. Why? Open up. I would do a skit and say, what's the why? Everyone say why. I say something, you say why. I say something, you say why. Why? And then we have to keep defining, and you can go down to the soil for you to find the reason why we're in the situation we are in now. And youth want to be stimulated, mentally stimulated. They want to be part of the decision making. I promise you that. That is why they're building so many schools that offer democratic education, that offer kids helping build the curriculum, because this is their life you are cultivating. We are not creating new robots. We're creating humans who have to live out these careers and these goals you're setting for them. And I'm about to cut off, but I want to finish with this last thing. Look in the mirror while you touch the soil. And I tell you, sometimes tears will come out of you and say, I'm connected to the land. I see a human being that is powerful and can bring change, and I'm connected to the land. Put some nature music in the background if you live in a big city like I do. Listen to birds, the wings of butterflies. You can look that up and listen to butterflies when they're migrating. They have music because there's so many of them, you can hear their flapping wings. And you just connect to that before you start your day, because food, pollution, and where we are can really damage us. So this is Chef Marilyn. Share, like, comment when I post this on my main page. If you like what you hear, leave a comment when I post it. Just go out and wherever you are, whatever you do, impact with agriculture, and remember our value, because we are some valuable people, yo. We are dope. I love y'all. May you enjoy your Sunday and have a very peaceful week, right? Blessings and abundance in all areas. Thank you for all who came and joined.